All right, today we are diving into a huge topic, how AI is completely rewriting the playbook for search. So if your brand's visibility is even remotely important to you, you're going to want to pay close attention.
I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, right? But honestly, it's not an exaggeration. The search results page we've known for decades is, well, it's disappearing. So what's causing this massive earthquake?
Well, it really all comes down to us, the users. Get this, a massive 83% of people find that AI-powered search is just plain more efficient than the old way of doing things. Your audience is already living in the future. It's time for our strategies to catch up. So here's the plan for this explainer. We're going to start with why the old world of search is basically over. Then we'll meet the new AI gatekeeper. From there, we'll get into the brand new playbook, figure out how to even keep score in this new game, and wrap up with how to future-proof your brand. Let's get into it.
Okay, first things first. We have to understand the problem. The ground has completely shifted under our feet, and the old SEO maps, they're not going to get us where we need to go anymore.
And here's the absolute heart of it. AI just cuts to the chase. There's no more scrolling through 10 blue links. Users ask a question, and they get an answer. A single, direct answer. This means our goal isn't to climb the ladder anymore. It's to be the final destination. And don't think for a second this is just for the tech-savvy crowd. What's absolutely striking here is that for people who use AI frequently, your early adopters, your most engaged customers, a staggering 91% of them are already using these tools for search. This isn't a prediction. This is happening right now. So all this leads to a new reality, one where AI is the new gatekeeper. It's standing right between your brand and the people you're trying to reach. This slide just nails the new mindset we have to adopt. For years, we were optimizing for machine crawlers. Now, we have to optimize for an AI's memory. It's not about being understood by a machine anymore. It's about being remembered as a source of truth. And that trust is already being built. 56% of consumers already see generative AI as a reliable place to get information. So when someone asks something like, "What's the best CRM?" it's the AI that's answering, and your brand might not even be part of the discussion. You see, these AI models are learning from literally everything on the internet. Your content, your competitors' content, reviews, all of it. You can't game the system anymore. The only path to winning is to build such a deep, undeniable well of expertise that the AI has no choice but to see your brand as the definitive source. Okay, so how in the world do we become that source of truth? That brings us to our new playbook, which is really all about 3 massive strategic shifts. First up, we have to start thinking way beyond just keywords. Generative AI thinks in concepts and relationships, not just single words. We have to broaden our whole perspective. So this all starts by mapping out your brand's knowledge graph. Just think of it like a big mind map of all the people, products, and ideas that make you an expert. Then you use tools like schema markup to basically draw the connecting lines for the AI. This lets you build content around entity clusters, these big groups of related concepts, instead of just chasing single keywords. It's all about creating a rich web of context around your brand. The second shift is a really big one. It's all about quality, not quantity. The era of just pumping out endless blog posts is over. What AI really cares about is information that's credible, that's verifiable, and that comes from a real authority. I want you to think of this as your AI readiness checklist. For every single thing you publish, you have to ask, are the author's credentials clear? Are our claims backed up with citations? Can someone else verify this information? Are we bringing our own original research to the table? You got to remember, AI is like a fact checker on steroids, so you need to show your work. And finally, the third shift is all about being agile. I mean, generative AI is moving at lightning speed. A set-it-and-forget-it approach is just a recipe for failure. We have to treat SEO like a nonstop cycle of learning and adapting. This means you have to get into an agile publishing cycle. You're constantly testing to see what questions your audience is asking AI. Then you track whether your brand is actually showing up in the answers. And then you refresh your content based on what the AI is using and what it's ignoring. It's a perpetual feedback loop. Now, a new playbook means we need a totally new scorecard. How do we actually measure what matters now and prove that this new approach is even working? This table lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the old school metrics we all know. Keyword rank, website traffic, stuff like that. On the right, you've got what we can call visibility intelligence. So instead of keyword rank, we're now tracking AI citations. Instead of just traffic, we're looking at our answer visibility share. It's a completely different way to measure our impact.
And the real key here is that this is so much more than just a new set of numbers. It's a smarter, more strategic way to measure your brand's real authority and influence, especially when a customer's first interaction with you might happen in an AI answer, not on your website. All right, let's pull back and look at the big picture. What does all of this mean for the future of your brand? It really boils down to a massive shift from being merely searchable to being truly knowable. And don't for a second think this is some distant future we're talking about. Forrester predicts that by the end of 2025, and that is right around the corner, AI search will be driving 20% of all organic traffic. The future isn't coming, it's already here. The clock is ticking. So let me be perfectly clear. AI isn't killing SEO. Not at all. It's redefining it. It's elevating it from just a technical checklist into a core strategic function that actually shapes how your brand is seen by the world. And that brings us to the final and maybe most important takeaway. In this new era of AI-powered answers, being found is just the start. That's the bare minimum. Your brand has to be deeply understood. It is no longer enough to just be searchable. Your brand must be knowable. That right there is the new gold standard for success.